Welcome to Four Guys with Quarters, Season 2, Episode 15. This is primarily like a special episode today. We are going to discuss a little bit about the Ubisoft showcase, and then the Xbox game showcase is the big header for tonight, as we all appreciate and love Xbox very, very much. And without further ado, I'll go ahead and introduce this wonderful panel. That I have before me today is the legendary, never missed an episode, ZPCIAssassin. What's up, buddy?
Hey, hi, how you doing?
I'm gonna clap because that was a different intro for you. Okay, good.
It's been the same one for the past, 4 episodes.
See, every time you add talk to it, you change it a little bit, so I appreciate that.
You're welcome, I guess.
Thank you. And the amazing, talented ZebbraFries, aka Taylor. What's going on?
Hi. I'm talented? Since when?
Absolutely. Maybe next week we'll get you on, or next time we do the show, we'll get you on the cam, because I know you'll be gone for a little bit. You got something to do or something?
Yeah, I'll be out of state. We'll see. Maybe one day.
And a huge shout out to our moderator of the century, UK Dazarus, who has always been here for us in our hour of need for moderating the chat and everything he's going through. He's a really good friend. I consider him like a really great friend. And if I was in the UK, I would definitely drive by, take him out to lunch, something like that. Hey, Boogie, what's up? Indie Gamer, another cool bro from the Dazcast crew. What's up? And we'll go ahead and get into this. I know that Taylor is excited for some of the Ubisoft stuff. I know that Assassin is busy looking for UFOs in the background, and he's not too hip on this Ubisoft showcase. But Taylor, from what you saw or what you read about, what is your takeaway in the Ubisoft showcase?
So the things I'm most excited about from Ubisoft is Assassin's Creed, because it is one of my all-time favorite game series. And I know that for the after show, they went and played around for about 30 minutes in game. And from what I saw, it looks really good so far. And I'm so excited to get my hands on this game. I can't wait. The gameplay looks really good. A lot of the hidden stuff that they put in the game so far looks really interesting. They've mentioned stuff about putting witches in the game, which was a really big thing back during that time. They're going to have Norse mythology, which is one of my personal favorite mythologies. So to get to see some of those gods put into the game is going to be really fun, really interesting. I can't wait to see that. They're going to have just a ton of different things. I know that they're keeping up with what they did in Odyssey, which is where you can kind of make your own personal choices, and that's going to have an effect on the game. And I'm so excited for this game. I can't wait. You will not see me for about a month when this game comes out. You're going to have to pry me into a podcast for this. And then they also were talking about Watchdogs Legion. That one also looks really good. I kind of want to get that one too. And I haven't played the other two Watchdogs games. But this one looks pretty interesting. So I'm excited for that one. I like that they have kind of background information for the characters that you can pick up. I like that it can be anybody on the street that you can just find and play with. So I'm excited for Watch Dogs. And then the Far Cry 6 trailer, I know a lot of people are really excited about that. Personally, I didn't play any of the Far Cry games, but the trailer was really well done.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Go ahead, Assassin.
So you're not missing out on any of the Far Cry games except Far Cry 3.
Assassin, I got a comment for that.
I heard Primal was really good.
Oh yeah, Primal was decent. I forgot about that one, but what was it, 4 or 5? New Dawn or whatever. Oh my god, New Dawn was so bad.
You're not gonna believe this, but my calm down button is no longer working.
Oh darn, what will I do?
Oh man. Well, I wanted to get into it because I do have some points that I agree with you on, Taylor. I think that the cool thing about Watchdogs Legion is that you can pick and choose whoever you want. So I think that's really awesome that they designed the game that way. My only concern is like how many people have the same personalities or the same voice scripting. Like, can you go up to a skater and they sound like the construction worker and give you the same lines, except they just have abilities as a skateboarder. So I'm a little bit worried about that if it's like a copy and paste template. But other than that, I think the mechanics look really cool. We definitely have to see more. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla, I like how they really went into what life was like back then and what conquering meant as far as gaining extra farmland, resettlements because of overpopulation or not enough crops. I thought that's a really cool thing to do because that was really one of the true reasons why Vikings set sail and conquered new lands is because they needed to expand and find new settlements to farm. And Far Cry 6, I really like it because it has that feel to it of like almost like I like the dictatorship feel that Far Cry gives you in general, but 6 just seems to go a little bit further and makes it seem more imminent and more current day, like today, with the way at least the trailer was shown. I mean, we haven't really seen gameplay to make a full justification, but that's the feeling I'm getting from it. Anything to add, Assassin?
I'm glad that they got like a well-known actor to play like the main bad guy. I thought that was pretty cool. I think his role fits pretty well. So I hope he has more lines, in the game, and we get to see a lot of them because you get some of the actors like that, and they have like a few lines. For instance, in Infinite Warfare, oh my god, I can't think of his actual name, but he played Jon Snow in Game of Thrones. And he was like barely in the game, and they marketed as like he was in the game like a lot. So I hope he's in there a lot because he's a pretty good actor.
Okay. Any hopes for Crew 3, Assassin? You hoping for that in the future?
Oh my god. We don't need a Crew 3. Just stay with Crew 2. They seem to be doing fine, I guess, with that game. So yeah.
Gotcha. For everybody watching the stream, let me know if there's any issues or anything. My CPU saying it's getting overloaded, but I don't see any skip frames, so I'm hoping everything's all good on your guys' end. If not, I would play the thing where Assassin says calm down, but I'll have to play it for you next episode. It's really cool. But let's get into the main topic here, which is the Xbox showcase, and I think that was really, at least for me, it was a huge excitement factor, big eye-opener, and I'm really looking forward to next generation. I know people are going to say, oh, clowns, these games are so far out, 2022, 2023, we're not going to see anything right now. Why are you getting so excited? Halo Infinite could have used better visuals and yada, 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 and Craig doesn't look next gen, and Craig's like a teddy bear, and you want to hug him because he looks cool. I get it. I get all that. I understand. But I am excited for next gen. The games that they've shown has me really hyped up and makes me believe in the Xbox brand. I'm really happy about cloud services like xCloud, the Game Pass service, the fact that you can play anywhere I want to jump into. Xbox makes me excited. I mean, if I had to go sit in a doctor's office for 4 hours at the hospital now, I could take my phone and a controller and I could play on xCloud and not be bored. And I could sit there and party chat and ignore the doctor and just talk, my friends. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm excited. But I don't want to give away everything I'm excited about, so I want to go to the master of video games himself, the master achievement hunter, the master completionist, aka ZPCIAssassin, who does not have a farm. He has confirmed that multiple times, but I still believe, like he is looking for UFOs, that he does have a farm. So, Assassin, can you tell us what your takeaway was of the Xbox Games Showcase?
I really liked the showcase. I liked how, especially Halo, I really liked what they showed there. the 1080p stream, maybe not so much, but they released the 4K 60 one, and it does look better. I gotta say, yeah, it's no like Last of Us Part 2 looking game and whatnot, but I mean that to me that's fine, right? We're getting another Halo. We're getting it, they're kind of redoing it so it's being like open world, and all this grapple hooks. I mean, come on, grapple hooks. So I mean, I'm excited. Um, the what else? There was the Obsidian's game. I keep on forgetting its name. But they're like trying to take on like Elder Scrolls a little bit there. I'm super excited.
Avowed.
Yeah, I'm super excited to see more of that game. There's always that Elder Scrolls itch, and I know we're getting another Elder Scrolls, but it's not going to be for quite a few years. And yeah, this game's not going to be out for quite a few years as well. But just knowing some of these shows, or not shows, but games that they showed, right? They're not coming out in the next few months. But it's nice knowing that there's games actually coming out. The past few years, Xbox like shows us, besides like Scalebound and some other games that get canceled, they don't show anything past a few months. So it's nice knowing that some games are actually coming out, that are pretty interesting in the future, and not just Halo. And then we knew about Forza, but that trailer they showed with Forza looks excellent. I just wish it was coming out this year to like really just showcase the Series X.
I could feel you on that. What else were you gonna say?
Destiny 2. I thought that was a huge get, having the game and all the DLC and Game Pass. I was shocked, and it's including the new one that hasn't come out yet. Like I thought it was just all of them, and then you had to buy the new one. But no, having it all in one package, and then 4K 60 when it launches on the Series X is huge.
Yeah. Before I get into my thoughts on this, I want to go to Taylor and see what her thoughts are on the showcase.
So I also really liked the showcase. I thought it was a good balance of things. You had some higher titles and you had some lower titles. I stayed away from the comments because every time I looked at the comments, I just got annoyed because you had a lot of fanboys in the chat that were just being toxic, and I can't stand any fanboys from either side, so I just ignore them. But I thought Halo looked really great, especially once they came out with the 4K edition of everything. And also, guys, remember it's a demo. Like, it's not complete yet. It's a demo. So, like, it's not finished. And, like, the open world schematics for it look amazing. The grapple, I'm so excited about. Like, I love Halo so much. I'm so excited for this game. And what neither of you guys have, or what Assassin hasn't mentioned yet, is State of Decay 3. I love this series. I love State of Decay. I'm so excited for that. I saw that, like, when the trailer started, I was like, is this State of Decay? And I got really, really excited. And then it popped up with the title, and oh my god, I can't wait for this game. And then
I felt like it was, sorry to cut you off, but I felt like it was too soon for another State of Decay game. I know it's not coming out probably in a few years, but like State of Decay 2, like I felt like just came out, and they're like, oh yeah, we have a third one. Here, look at this. Like, that's a game I wish they didn't show off. I know, like I just said, like it's nice knowing what games are coming out in the future, but like could have waited a year and show that off, because we just got State of Decay 2 Juggernaut edition or whatever, and all this other stuff. Like, just hold off on that game, please.
Hold on, Assassin. Did you hear yourself here for a second? I think it's working again.
Calm down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I'm not gonna calm down. You calm down.
Let me be excited about my game.
Oh, I'm not saying you can't be excited. I'm personally just saying, like, we just had a State of Decay 2, whatever. Like that game could have been held off, for another year.
Nah, I'll take it now. And then another game that I saw that looked really interesting was The Medium, which
Yes.
yeah, that looked so cool to me, and I want more information on that game because it's just I don't know entirely what it's about, but I want info on it and I want to play it. And then those were like my big games on this. But like I liked a lot of the stuff that I saw. And then what was the name of it? I think Everwild, that one too. Those ones all looked really good. They looked like a lot of fun, and I just want to play games. And this made me excited to get more games. And I know that a lot of people also were saying like, oh, this was just a marketing ploy for Games Pass because everything's going to be available on Games Pass, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, and they're marketing their service. What's wrong with that?
Right.
I don't see an issue with that.
Oh yeah, there was a journalist I think that went off the hook crazy about some of the stuff, but apparently she might have been baited into the conversation.
Yeah. And if you have a service, why would you not market your service? Like, that makes sense to me. You want to market the things that you sell. Why would you not market, like, hey, all of these games are going to be on the service we offer?
Right.
And then
Yeah.
I like that everything is still going to be available on Xbox One, and it's going to be offered on the Series X. So you don't have to upgrade if you don't want to. You don't have to upgrade if you don't have the money, and you can still play these games.
What do you think about Fable?
You said that because Alex said something, huh?
Yes, I did. That's right, Alex. You let her know.
I have never played a Fable game.
What?
There you go.
Alex, you need to change that.
Game Pass.
I've never played a Fable game. I want to point out that this man owns a PS4 and owns The Last of Us and has not played it. If I'm going to get called out, he's going to get called out.
Well, you know what? In all fairness, though, I didn't finish Last of Us 2. I played like 12 minutes of it.
Excuse me?
He hasn't played The Last of Us, the first one. And he owned it since it came out.
Not to sound like a broken record, but excuse me?
If I'm going to get called out, he's going to get called out.
Calm down.
Well, I mean, when I watched the showcase, I got crazy about Fable. I released the end clip
about it.
Yeah.
You lie. No.
What happened, Assassin? You were on the chat with me.
I had to turn you down just so I can hear the fairy get killed by a frog.
Yeah, because you were a little bit behind me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went nuts. I kind of went like a little crazy. I was too excited. I was really hyped because at first I thought at the end of the showcase, I was like, oh crap, they didn't show Fable. And they made it sound like it was over. And then he was like, we got one more thing to show you. And Assassin's like, I think this is Fable. And I was like, I don't know because I don't want to get my hopes up. And then when I saw the words come up on the screen, I went a little crazy there about it. I got really excited. I thought it was a really good showcase for Xbox. I don't know what the complaints are from people. I think it's an excellent showcase. I thought the Halo Infinite opening was fantastic. I mean, that's what people were expecting. Fans wanted to see some of the next Halo, and I think Xbox delivered. So what if it doesn't look the way that people expect it to right now? It's still, I mean, it's not even out yet, and when it does come out, it's still coming out for this generation. They can always upscale it. So I don't know what the complaints are. The fact that people are going to be able to play it now like when it comes out, is great. People should be excited for that. That's something that you should be happy for if you're a fan of Halo. I was excited for State of Decay 3. I got really excited because the CGI trailer makes it look like it's probably going to be better than it's probably going to look. I'm really hoping it looks like that CGI trailer, but I need to set my expectations lower and think more like State of Decay 2 and cars flying in the sky randomly. And tell me why. I thought that was really cool, the fact that that game's coming to Game Pass. I can't wait to play that. Medium looks fantastic. Like I like the mechanics of the dual world. How like you're like in a demon world, but at the same time in reality. And in reality, whatever you do, you're doing in the demon world, except it's like magical. So that mechanic is very cool. The way that they set that up. The game that looked like a painting, I can't remember the name of that. I wasn't too hyped about that one. I mean, it looks different than anything I've ever seen before, but I don't know if it's something that I'm going to enjoy. I'll try it out because it's coming to Game Pass. I mean, why not? That's played Talos Principle, and that game looks a little lackluster, but I'll try it out. And if I don't like it, I just won't play it, but I have a Game Pass, and that's what Game Pass is for. But the real thing that really got me is Fable. That CGI trailer looks fantastic. They got like the voicing and the fairy tale aspect of it so correct. Like the mythological part of it. I mean, I'm just head over heels in love with that game, Fable. And the minute that game drops, you're probably not going to see me for like at least a week. I mean, nobody's going to see me for at least a week. I'm just going to play that non-stop. And then
you gave Last of Us Part 2.
What's that?
Not like 12 minutes like you gave Last of Us Part 2.
I mean, I'll go back to Last of Us 2 because I paid full price for it, so I might as well at least beat it, right? Get those trophies, you know what I mean, Assassin?
Yeah.
And Forza, it looks really cool. And I'm kind of confused, though. Is this going to be like a motorsport game, or is this going to be like a reboot for Forza, or are they just going into the IndyCar arena now?
It's a series reboot, because I don't think they want like Forza 8, 9, 10, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I think they want to like reboot the name.
You think it's going to be based more around IndyCars?
No, I still think it's going to be like, what we played with Forza 7, but they'll have new technology and all this other stuff, and probably add a few new types of cars, but it'll still be the Forza motorsports that we all know and love.
And then, what was it? What was I going to say? I was thinking of, I lost my train of thought here. But there was something else I was going to say on the showcase. Oh, the fact that everything's coming into Game Pass is a huge selling point for Game Pass. So there's a lot of people out there right now on Twitter that are like, oh, I don't want Game Pass. It's like a rental service. Game Pass sucks. But it really doesn't. You're getting your value for the money that you put into that service. You're getting so many games. When I used to go to the arcades when I was little, I spent like maybe between $250 to $300 every few weeks just dropping quarters in the arcade. So I am playing more games on Game Pass than I spent in the arcade like in 1987 and 1989 and 1991. That's a fantastic deal for me. I get to play so many games that look better than half those arcade games I used to play. So I'm excited for it, and people are like, oh, it's a rental service. Well, you know what? If you subscribe to Netflix or Hulu, even your cable TV subscription is like a rental service. You don't own anything. I mean, you're just constantly paying monthly to watch stuff. You don't own it. So what's the big deal? And with Game Pass, you get a 20% discount on, I think, most of the games in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, Assassin. You get bonuses for... What's that?
Just whatever you said about 20%, I think it's DLC and all Game Pass games.
Yeah. So it pays for itself there. You don't have to worry about paying $60 or $30 for a game retail and then going to GameStop like 2 months later and be like, oh, I'm bored of this, I want to trade in. You paid $60, you're getting like $15 for it. You're losing money. With Game Pass, you don't worry about that at all. The games rotate, And when you're done with it, you're done with it. You're not playing it anymore anyway, right? So it's a great deal, and people just hating on it for no reason. And then now they're going to include xCloud and Ultimate. That makes it even better. It's such a great deal, because with xCloud, and I know a lot of people are going to say, Clowns, I don't really play everywhere. I don't play on the toilet with my phone and mobile games. I don't, play at the doctor's office. I don't play when I'm on the train. Bull crap. Everybody's like Candy Crushing these days, right? So instead of playing crap mobile games, you could take a controller, hook it to your phone, and you could hop on xCloud for your 45-minute train ride. You can hop on xCloud, as a passenger in a long car trip. I mean, Taylor, you're traveling, right? If you weren't driving, you could sit there and play Xbox.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it's really a benefit for everybody. It's just an added benefit. You don't have to use it. But we, as a society, we constantly move forward, and we're always moving around on the go lately. I mean, like jobs, going to the grocery store, everywhere you go. My wife goes shopping. If I don't want to go in the store, I could sit in the car and play Xbox on my phone. That's fantastic. I mean, I might get yelled at for it later, but it's great. I have that as an option. Assassin goes out with his family, doesn't feel like talking to them, plays Xbox on his phone. So it's all around great. I mean, do you guys feel the same way about xCloud?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it would be nice to play games, but I wouldn't bring my controller, to be honest.
Well,
Plus, I don't have a good mobile plan, so I'm still have like 1 gig a month.
Wow, they need to change that in your area, Assassin, because...
Well, I could get unlimited, but like, I don't use it. Well, I don't go many places, but I wouldn't use it to begin with, so...
Well, that's true. You really don't go many places. Taylor, what about you?
I feel the same. I don't know about bringing a controller everywhere, even though I have plenty of extra. But, and I do have unlimited, so that's not an issue for me. But I think the screen would be my issue.
The screen? Like how small it is?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see that, but you can... I mean, you'll be able to play it on your laptop. You'll be able to play it on a tablet.
That's
so,
true.
If you didn't want to play it on your phone, you could always play it on one of those devices. And Inferno brings up a great point. When Assassin's walking his dog, he can sit there on his
my dog. I let my dog out of my house and then watch her, so she doesn't bark and she actually goes, and I'm back.
I mean, a good example, though, that Inferno gave Assassin is like, we're sitting there and we're playing something, and he's like, I gotta let my dog out. And we're like, oh, again? Because he just did it maybe like 2 hours or 1 hour ago. And he's like, yeah, I gotta do it again. You guys are gonna have to deal with it. Well, now guess what? He can take his phone with him, stand at the door, let his dog out, and come back and play games with us while he's standing at the door.
Hear me out. This is like game changer for you clowns and everyone that I play with. You wait 5 minutes, not even, and we're in another match.
I don't know, because if we're having a deep, session with Rogue Company Assassin, we need you there. We need you active in that objective.
Or you just wait 5 minutes. Not even. Most of the time, not even 5 minutes. Calm down. Oh.
You just answered yourself. You're like, no. Inferno brings up another great point. They're considering putting xCloud on smart TVs so you can resume games in different rooms, potentially at a hotel. Absolutely. That is a fantastic idea. And, PlayStation Now tried that, right, with their DVD Blu-ray players, but they took it off eventually. But I think with Xbox, the technology is more developed. It's more like finished, and it's ready to be deployed. We're at that stage in technology where it's ready to be deployed. And with fiber in more and more places, and not T-Mobile's 5G, but Verizon's 5G, which is real 5G, you can actually get on there and play to your heart's content without any issues, probably, because it's fast. And the pings are great, unlike T-Mobile's 5G. Sorry, T-Mobile, just had to do that shout out there. I mean, like Inferno, if he goes on vacation somewhere with his fiance, he could sit there and he could be like, oh, I don't feel like going out today. I'm going to sign online, talk to Tommy and Clowns, and play some Rogue Company.
Oh, Sea of Thieves. Get that right, Clowns. Sea of Thieves.
So you think Inferno's going to get on Sea of Thieves?
No, you won't. But there's hope.
There's hope. I mean, Taylor, would you use it when, let's say that you're going on vacation or something, right? Would you use it on a laptop or you use it on a tablet?
Yeah, I probably would. If I get bored and there's nothing to do on a certain day, I probably would. Just laying at home. Or laying in the hotel or whatever.
Yep.
Why not?
Well, there's one other topic I really wanted to get into because I know that we haven't even hit the hour mark yet, and Assassin made a lot of comments already about, xCloud and his fun post of playing on the toilet with xCloud, which was pretty funny, by the way, Assassin. I saw that like 10 o'clock the other night. There was a journalist that was on the pre-show with Geoff Keighley, if I pronounced that correctly. Sorry, Jeff, however you pronounce your name. I don't pay attention to him half the time, but...
It would be Jeff.
Yeah. Well, there was a journalist that was on the show with him, and I guess she had an interview on another show. I don't even know her name, but it went viral, like, on Twitter. And she was saying that she doesn't even understand what the Series X is. Is it a PC tower? Is it this? Is it that? Where are they going with the hardware? She down-talked them. She said that she doesn't really need Xbox, so she just has Game Pass. Well, I mean, that's the point of Game Pass, right? That's the point of Xbox being everywhere, is that Phil Spencer took the company in a new direction. They're no longer worried about you just buying their hardware. They saw the fact that maybe they weren't winning the hardware revolution, even though they have a powerful console and whatnot, especially in other countries and other continents. So with Game Pass and xCloud, you can literally play it on any device. You don't need to be locked into this console at your house. You could play it on your PC, phone, tablet, and that's the beauty of where Xbox is headed. They're going to be everywhere. They're not going to be locked down to some piece of hardware any longer, where unfortunately the competitors are still locked down to hardware, especially Nintendo. I mean, Nintendo's always presented as a very innovative company, taking risks, but their consoles are always like underpowered. They're not as powerful as the competitors. You can't play Witcher 3 on it without frame rate skips, right? Or Skyrim without skips here and there. So what Xbox is doing is great, because with xCloud and a good connection, you're not going to have the horrible frame rates you get on Switch from big AAA titles. And PlayStation, they're still locked down to the hardware pretty much. You got PS Now, you can play it on your PC, I believe, select certain games from the PS Now library. But their PS Now service is not as good. It does have a lot more input and latency lag than xCloud does for me. And you know what? I appreciate PlayStation trying with PS Now, but it's just not where they need to be to compete with Xbox. And Phil Spencer is the right man for the job. That's the way I feel, and I think this journalist missed the whole point. And then she went even on to say that she didn't even recall what games are coming out for PlayStation 5. How can you work for Polygon and Vox Media and not even know what games are even launching for PlayStation 5? It's not that...
Not to defend her, but maybe that's not her job there, you know? She seems like to be diehard like Nintendo. Maybe that's her job. Clearly, you know, she's on these pre-shows. I mean, not sponsored. Well, I don't know, it's sponsored by Xbox, but not by Xbox. And she's on these Xbox like things, you know, for that pre-show. Like, she clearly should not have been invited. There's a bunch of Xbox fans out there that should have been invited, and that pre-show was a joke. I mean, except some of the trailers that showed were good, but what are you saying?
Yeah, I mean, like, why would they even have her on a pre-show? Did Jeff choose who he wanted on the pre-show, maybe, and that's why she was there?
I mean, who knows? I mean, he could have done all the invites, or he could have hired someone and they love PlayStation or PC or whatever, so they brought the people who use just their Xbox for a media device, or their Nintendo diehards or whatever. Like, I don't know, whoever hired or not hired, but brought those people on clearly has some issues in their life. It's like, think about it, like, I love Star Wars. You won't see me on a Star Trek podcast. I don't know anything about Star Trek. Like, what? Like, it's the same thing, right? Like, it's stupid. Even like if there was a PlayStation pre-show, you don't bring Xbox people to that.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Or Nintendo, you don't bring PC guys to a Nintendo show. Or you don't bring Phil Spencer to the Nintendo conference to talk about just all Nintendo games. Like, he's he runs Xbox. It's just, like, use your brains, people. It's not that difficult.
Yeah, I honestly understand from a marketing perspective why they use Jeff Keighley, because he does the Video Game Awards and he's a big name in the community. I mean, no different than Game Over Greggy, but the point is, like, I really honestly feel that there is some, I don't want to say, like, I know a lot of people say journalists are paid off. I don't always think that's the case. I just think that maybe naturally they like a certain platform, kind of like what you were saying, Assassins, that some people just like PCs, some people just like Nintendo, some people just like Xbox. I mean, I get it. Everybody has a right to have their preference, but you don't want to put the wrong people in a conference where you're talking about your product. It's like, it kind of downplays the hype for your product. And shout out to Xbox, right? Xbot, right? If you brought like Xbot 448 into that conference, you know how hyped he would be? He'd like be screaming on that pre-show all about Xbox.
But someone like tunes into that, they see Xbox, like, yeah, he's very passionate with like Halos and stuff, but they'll just see him as like some just random they brought on. Like, they brought on Ninja, which I swear they told Ninja probably 30 seconds before he got on. Like, I don't know if it was pre-recorded or not, but like, he had to bring out his little Halo things, and then I saw a tweet or a video or something, like, he kind of wanted just Halo to end. Like, I don't know. I get where Ninja started from, because he started with Halo, but give him a heads up, and I don't know.
Yeah, I just feel like he's more into the Fortnite scene now than the Halo scene. Like, right. I could see somebody like Green Skull who's more into the Halo scene still.
Right.
Taylor, you have any thoughts on this?
I didn't see anything from the pre-show, so I don't know a whole lot about what you're talking about. Also, sorry, I'm far away from my mic.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, so I don't know anything about what happened with the pre-show.
Well, they got Jacksepticeye or whatever, the famous YouTuber.
Right.
And he was like, yeah, I love my Xbox. I use it for Netflix and TV and stuff. And I'm like, great.
So he uses it for media.
Yeah, and he's like, I buy a PS4 for the exclusives. I'm like, oh my god, man! Like, I get he's like famous and there's like millions of subscribers, but again, if you just use it for a media device and Microsoft wants to get kind of away from that, this isn't the person you need to bring on.
Right. Okay. So they basically just brought on people that had no idea how to properly hype up the Xbox.
People, like, I forget his name, but he was like he was more into the technology stuff, and he was excited to see stuff from Xbox, like the ray tracing and how everything works. Like, he was a good fit for that. I don't remember his name, so I apologize, but like he was good. There was a few others that were good, but then you get like those people like Jacksepticeye who like they talk the most or whatever. So then like they took over that like panel because they would have like he would bring on 4 people, then they would show like a trailer for a game, and then they would bring 4 more people, rinse and repeat.
Gotcha. And like the people that talked the most just had no idea how to properly hype up the console.
Like they didn't know what they were doing there, to be honest.
Got it.
There is a game that we kind of like overlooked that was on the Xbox showcase. We may have talked about it briefly before. Yeah, Assassin is bringing the heat for sure. Inferno, I agree. He's got his webcam on. He's getting very passionate about this discussion, and I like it when he comes out like this. With his arms and fists in the air and his farm in the background. I get very excited.
You mean my closet door?
Yeah, that's the farm.
Calm down.
Instead of Narnia, you open it and it goes to a farm.
Calm down.
What is happening?
There's a storm back here, so you might be hearing some of that in the background. There's not much I can do. I can mute the mic and whatnot, but we get pretty bad rain over here, so.
I'm not Taylor's fan or whatever that was last podcast.
Alright, calm down. I turned my fan off for this.
Yeah, I don't hear that fan, so that's true. But Grounded, right? Go ahead and Taylor, tell me your thoughts on that game, Grounded.
It's
the like bug game?
Survival game by Obsidian. Comes out tomorrow.
That's the one where like you're very small and there's like a bunch of like fighting bugs. Yep. That one actually looks like a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want it.
So Assassin, you said it comes out tomorrow?
Yeah, game preview, which is the biggest problem for me because like I'm excited to play this game, but I don't want to play a game preview game because like I feel like everyone kind of knows I get bored of games kind of quick, and usually I won't come back unless it's like Battlefield, Call of Duty, or.
Too bad you didn't get bored of Destiny 2 yet.
I haven't played Destiny 2 in like a long time, so. And I don't have anyone to do raids and stuff, so I kind of just stopped playing it. But like, so for Grounded, like all their stories and for the campaign or whatever, and all that other stuff's just not going to be there, and that's like what I want.
Yeah, like for game preview games, it is kind of difficult. Like I was so excited for We Happy Few, and then I played it in game preview, and because there wasn't a whole bunch to do, I played as much as I could through game preview, and then when it actually released, I played through some of it, and then I got bored of it because I played it so much in game preview. And I feel like it took some of it out for me just because I played it in game preview.
Right.
Which is like a weird thing that did to my brain. So if I play it in game preview, I probably only play for maybe an hour, and then I can play it again when it's actually released. But when it was in game preview, I think I played We Happy Few for about... I don't know. I think I did everything that you could do in game preview. And that kind of killed the game for me.
I believe that.
Yeah, with that game, it felt like they started changing some things after that as well. Like they added like the story mode, and it didn't feel the same because it was supposed to be procedurally generated each time, but then they added that story mode, and I don't know, I kind of fell off that game as well. I didn't like it as much after that.
Like I still liked it, and it was still kind of fun to play, and then it still like got kind of weird for me, but like it was still a fun game and I still enjoyed it, but it was like I got bored of it easier, and which upset me a lot because it was like a game I was really looking forward to.
Well, with Grounded, I'm very excited to play it. Yeah. I think that the graphics look fantastic. And I think that the idea is different. I know I mean, it appeals to the Honey I Shrunk the Kids kind of like momentum, but what they add to it and the way that they make you have to survive and like different abilities, it just seems kind of neat that they did it that way. And I do want to try it out. I don't know if it's something I'm going to play for a long time, but I'm definitely going to check it out. Once achievements are in there and there's a story mode, I think it's going to be a lot better. Hopefully, when it goes into that early preview, there's achievements. Assassin, do you know if there will be?
I don't know. It's a hit or miss for certain ones. I'm assuming no, because I think it's probably a way earlier build. But there was some game preview games that have achievements, but they were more, developed.
What do you guys think about Psychonauts 2?
Probably won't ever touch this game. Jack Black has a nice singing voice, though, I gotta say, but I won't touch this game. I don't think it looks that great. I didn't even play the first one, but the second one just doesn't look like something I would enjoy.
Yeah, I never played the first one either, so I probably won't play this one.
I played the first one, and I didn't really like it when I played it back in the original days. I don't think I'm going to like this either. I mean, I appreciate the direction that they're trying to go with it, and I appreciate the talent they put into it, because I think that there's a lot of things in there that are probably really nifty game mechanics, but it doesn't appeal to me as a story that I want to play through. But I do think that there's a lot of people out there that are going to love this game.
Just watching the trailer because it's on right now, at least from what I'm saying. It looks like someone was on something when they made this trailer.
Well, I think that's the idea why they called it Psychonauts. I think it was trying to allude to that fact. Like jumping fish and, all that crazy stuff. The Volkswagen van that's in that as well. Stick says it looks like a trip. Any other games from the showcase that stuck out to you guys?
I want to say Hellblade, but that was more of a, they're going to Iceland or whatever. Look at us. It's going to be on Unreal Engine 5, which I think we already knew about that for a while. But I'm excited for that game. The first one was great. I hope it gets a Series X update, but I don't know.
Trying to think if there's any that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can sit there.
Stalker 2 looked really interesting. Because as much as I don't like playing horror games, I love watching other people play them. Because I can't get myself to play through them.
But speaking of which, when are you playing Five Nights at Freddy's?
No. There's your answer.
Come on.
No.
Come on.
No.
Do you see what Stick Figure said in the chat to Taylor?
What did he say to me?
When you said that you didn't want to play that game?
What game?
The horror game or whatever? You don't see it underneath Daz's what?
No.
I'm so confused on what you're saying there.
Nobody sees it. Underneath Daz's what and above indie gamers do the indies?
No, it doesn't show up for me.
Yeah, no.
What?
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's not there.
Wow, it doesn't exist. Well, I see it. Unless he deleted it. I don't know. I see it. Stick, are you still in the chat?
Indy also doesn't see it, so You are
Yeah.
in the minority.
Wow.
You okay, clowns? You know,
Stick says he didn't delete it.
you didn't post it either.
He did. It's in the chat.
No, it's not. You're saying stuff.
I just put it in there for you guys.
Yeah, I think
No.
He could have meant that two ways. One, for Taylor to play hard games, and two, for Assassin to play Psychonauts.
no.
I vote Assassin do that.
No.
But I need to get this out right here. Yeah, maybe I need to enable it. I don't know. It should have shown up because I see it and doesn't tell me I need to edit it or anything. Yeah, but I don't really think there's much else to talk about as far as the Xbox Showcase. I mean, I'm really hyped up for Fable, and I could sit here and talk about that game all day long, even though it was like a 2-minute trailer, and tell you just how beautiful the background looked and how many bumps the Toad had on him when he ate the fairy. Yeah, I could tell you all that stuff, but
It's gonna be a
I don't-
cloud cast.
it would end up being a Clowns cast, like the Assassin cast that one day.
Oh
There
my
is.
god.
The SAS cast.
Yeah, if I could find that, I'm posting it because that was hilarious.
It really wasn't.
It was great, man. It was
Sounded like
great.
I was talking to myself for like an hour.
But real quick before we get out of here, because we're just about hitting the hour mark. I think today they announced that the PlayStation Plus games for August, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm impressed with their lineup. It's Modern Warfare 2 Remastered. It's the campaign, and Fall Guys, which is not even out yet, right?
Oh, comes out, I think, I think next week, actually.
What's up, Jago? Yeah, and I got to tell you this, Fall Guys looks like a lot of fun. It's a game that we could probably stream on 4 guys and all take on Assassin and all jump on them, with Fall Guys. So that will be a lot of fun.
For who? Probably you guys, not me.
Yeah, for us, definitely. Taylor,
Okay.
do you ever look at the PlayStation Plus games at all? I know you don't have a PS4, right?
Nope, because I don't have PlayStation, so I don't look at the games.
You said Alex has one, though, right?
It doesn't help me when he lives in Maryland.
Well, if you're going to visit him, you're going to have to check out that Fall Guys game because that game looks like a lot of fun. I think it's made by Mediatonic, correct me if I'm wrong, Indie Gamer. But they're a pretty cool indie studio. I wouldn't say indie studio. I mean, they probably make more double A's, but the game looks great. So I can't wait to play it. Any thoughts on it, Assassin?
I'm excited for it. I don't remember the first time I saw it. It was last year or a few months ago, but like this game looks so much fun, and I hope you can play with friends and it's not just like do it solo.
Boy, imagine if that was a solo game.
That would suck. Like, it doesn't even need to be like you're teaming up against other people. Like, just like gun game in Modern Warfare, you bring your friends in and you just destroy them and you laugh at them for them being bad. I mean, yeah, bad.
Well, before we get out of here, I'll let these guys tell you where you can find them. Taylor, where can people find you?
On Twitter is the best place to find me at ZebbraFries, or on Xbox. I'm sometimes there. Yeah, that's about it. It's where I exist mostly.
Assassin, where can people find you lately?
You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, Xbox, PlayStation, and Facebook Gaming, all I think under the same username now, just ZPCIAssassin, except Xbox and PlayStation have space and underscore. But
What about Twitter?
everything Twitter should be the same now too. No underscore, just ZPCIAssassin. Made it easier for everyone.
We're evolving like a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Took away that underscore. What have you been streaming lately, Assassin? Why don't you tell people what you've been streaming?
Okay. So earlier today was Ghost of Tsushima, and then oh my god, what did I stream after that? It was some puzzle game that I found on Game Pass. That would I never have found without Game Pass.
Yes, that's right. You saw that tweet? That's right.
Yeah.
The Talos Principle?
Not a bad game. Like I'm glad I downloaded it. Scratching that puzzle game itch. But I'm assuming tomorrow's going to be Sea of Thieves. It's the last double Ashen treasure day for the update Wednesday. So yeah, I'll probably be over there, trying to not kill everyone and die at the same time.
Well, you can always find us at 4GWQ Podcast on Twitter. You can find me at ItalianClownz with a Z, all one word, on Twitch and Twitter. I did start going on Trovo, but I haven't really streamed there. It's supposed to be that new tenant, Tencent, whatever, streaming service. I'm there under Clowns, and I'll probably be streaming Sea of Thieves with Assassin tomorrow. Maybe his buddy Percolator will join us, and we can turn in some Reaper's chests. Right, Assassin?
Well, I don't know if we'll go Reapers tomorrow, because we should earn as much money as humanly possible in a short amount of time. Like we did that 1 week.
All right, that's a plan. I can stick to that. All right, guys, until next week, as long as we have no issues, schedule conflicts, or any other things that pop up, or storms, we should be here. And I'm trying to update the website again. It's been a while, but yeah. So anyway, until next week, everyone. See you guys later.
Bye.
Bye.